Are you an international student looking for a fully funded undergraduate scholarship to study in the United States? Then you need to pay attention to this opportunity. The American University Emerging Global Leader Scholarship 2027, also known as the OEGL Scholarship, gives international students the opportunity to study for a bachelor's degree at American University in Washington, D.C. And the exciting part is that the scholarship can cover full tuition, room, and board for up to 4 years. In this video, I will explain everything you need to know about this scholarship in very simple terms. We will talk about who can apply, what the scholarship covers, what it does not cover, the available courses, the leadership requirements, how to apply, and most importantly, how you can make your application stronger. So if you are currently in secondary school or preparing for university and you want to study in the USA with major financial support, make sure you watch this video until the end. Let's get started. First, what is the American University Emerging Global Leader Scholarship? The American University Emerging Global Leader Scholarship is a scholarship for international students who want to study for an undergraduate degree at American University in Washington, D.C., USA. The scholarship is designed for students who are not only academically strong but also want to make a positive difference in their communities. In simple terms, American University is looking for students who can say, "I am doing well academically, I have shown leadership, I care about my community, and I want to use my education to solve problems and help people." So this scholarship is not simply about having excellent grades. Your leadership, community involvement, volunteer work, and future goals are also very important. The scholarship is particularly interested in students who want to return to their home countries and use what they have learned to help underserved communities. Where is American University located? American University is located in Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. This is a very interesting location for students because Washington, D.C. is home to many government agencies, international organizations, nonprofit organizations, media organizations, and institutions involved in public policy and international affairs. So if you are interested in areas such as international relations, government, public policy, journalism, development, diplomacy, or social impact, studying in Washington, D.C. can give you an interesting environment for your education and career development. What does the scholarship cover? Now let's talk about one of the most important parts, the funding. The O Emerging Global Leader Scholarship can cover full tuition, room, and board, which basically means your meals or food expenses under the university's arrangement. The scholarship can be renewed for up to 4 years of undergraduate study, as long as the student continues to meet the required academic and scholarship conditions. This means you don't simply receive the scholarship for your first year and automatically receive it forever. You have to continue meeting the requirements to keep the scholarship. And this is something applicants should understand before applying. What can you study? Another important question is, what courses can I study with this scholarship? American University offers undergraduate programs in many different areas. Some examples include business, economics, computer science, international relations, political science, communication, journalism, public health, environmental studies, psychology, biology, chemistry, mathematics, data science, sociology, education, arts, and humanities. However, don't choose a course simply because it sounds popular. Think about your academic interests and your long-term career goals. For example, if you want to work in technology, computer science or data science might make sense. If you are interested in diplomacy or international development, international relations could be a better choice. If you are interested in healthcare and community development, public health could be an option. The important thing is to choose a program that connects with your story and your future plans. And before applying, always check American University's current official list of undergraduate programs because courses and requirements can change. WHO can apply? Now let's talk about eligibility. The scholarship is designed for international students. You generally need to be applying for an undergraduate degree at American University. You must also meet the university's admission requirements. Applicants are expected to have strong academic performance. But again, grades are not the only thing that matters. American University is also looking for students who have demonstrated leadership, community involvement, volunteer experience, civic engagement, and a desire to create positive change. You should also be able to explain how your education can help you contribute to your community or country in the future. WHO is not eligible? There are also situations where you may not qualify. For example, applicants who are U.S. citizens or permanent residents are not eligible for this international scholarship. Applicants who have dual citizenship that includes U.S. citizenship may also be excluded. Another important point is that the scholarship is intended for students who are entering undergraduate study. Students who have already started university studies may not qualify under the scholarship-specific rules. There are also requirements concerning when you completed secondary school. Because these conditions can change from one application cycle to another, you should always check the latest official requirements before submitting your application. How important are your grades? Let's talk about academics. You need to have a strong academic record because this is a highly competitive scholarship. However, don't make the mistake of thinking that getting excellent grades automatically guarantees you the scholarship. It doesn't. Imagine two students. Student A has excellent grades but has never participated in any community activity and cannot clearly explain what they want to do in the future. Student B also has very good grades but has volunteered in their community, organized a project, helped other students, participated in leadership activities, and has a clear vision for how their education can help solve a problem in their country. Student B may have a stronger scholarship story because they can demonstrate both academic ability and impact. So your grades matter, but your overall profile matters too. Leadership is very important. One of the biggest things you should understand about this scholarship is the importance of leadership. But leadership does not necessarily mean that you must have been the president of a big organization. Leadership can come in many forms. For example, you could have led a student organization, organized a community project, started a small initiative, volunteered with an organization, created a social campaign, helped young people in your community, organized an educational activity, started a small business, participated in advocacy, or worked on a project that solved a problem around you. The important thing is not simply having a leadership title. You need to show what you actually did. For example, don't just say, "I was a student leader." Instead, explain, "What problem did I notice? What did I do about it? Who benefited? And what changed because of my actions?" That is much more powerful. Community impact. This brings us to another major part of the scholarship, community impact. American University wants to know that you care about problems beyond yourself. Maybe there is a problem in your school. Maybe there is a problem in your local community. Maybe you have worked with children, women, young people, people with disabilities, underserved communities, or people who don't have easy access to education or healthcare. Whatever your experience is, explain it clearly. Tell your story. For example, I noticed that students in my community were struggling with access to educational materials. I organized a small initiative to collect and distribute learning materials. We were able to help 50 students. That is much stronger than simply saying, "I am passionate about education." Remember, don't just tell them that you care. Show them what you have done. Your future goals matter. Another important part of your application is your future plan. American University wants to know, why do you want this degree? Why do you need this education? What problem do you want to solve? And how will you use your education after graduation? For example, imagine someone applying to study public health. Instead of saying, "I want to study public health because I like helping people," they could say, "I want to study public health because I have seen how limited access to health education affects communities in my country. I want to develop the knowledge and skills needed to create health education programs that reach underserved communities." That gives the university a clearer picture of the applicant. Your course, your experiences, and your future goals should connect. The best way to think about your application. Here is a simple formula you can use when preparing your application. Think about it as academics right pointing arrow leadership right pointing arrow community impact right pointing arrow future goals. First, show that you are academically prepared. Then show your leadership. Then explain how your actions have helped other people. Finally, explain how studying at American University will help you create an even bigger impact in the future. These 4 things should tell one clear story about who you are. How to apply. Now let's talk about the application process. The first step is to check whether you meet the eligibility requirements. Don't start writing your application before confirming that you qualify. The second step is to choose your undergraduate program. Think carefully about the degree you want to study and how it connects with your career goals. The third step is to prepare your application materials. This can include your academic records and other documents required by the university. The fourth step is extremely important. Prepare your leadership and community impact experiences. Write down the projects you have participated in. Think about the problems you have helped solve. Think about the people you have helped. And most importantly, identify the results of your work. The fifth step is to explain your future goals. Tell American University what you want to achieve and how your education will help you achieve it. Finally, submit your application through the university's official application system before the deadline. What is the deadline? For the 2027 application cycle, the deadline stated for the Emerging Global Leader Scholarship is November 1, 2026. That means you should not wait until the last few days before the deadline. This scholarship is highly competitive, so you want to give yourself enough time to prepare a strong application. Start early. Prepare your academic documents. Think about your leadership experiences. Write down your community activities. Work on your essays. And carefully check every requirement before submitting. How can you make your application stronger? Now, this may be the most important section of the entire video. If you want to be competitive, don't simply create an application that says, "I'm hardworking. I'm passionate. I want to help my country." Many applicants will say the same things. Instead, give evidence. Tell your story. For example, what problem did you see? What did you personally do? How many people did you help? What changed because of your actions? What did you learn? And how does your chosen degree connect to this experience? This creates a much stronger application. Let's say you want to study environmental studies. You could talk about an environmental problem you have seen in your community. Then explain what you did about it. Maybe you organized a cleanup campaign. Maybe you educated students about waste management. Maybe you started a recycling initiative. Maybe you worked with a community organization. Whatever the experience is, explain your personal role in the result. Don't try to look perfect. Another important piece of advice is this: don't try to make yourself sound perfect. Scholarship committees are not necessarily looking for someone who has done everything. They want to understand who you are, your experiences, your challenges, your leadership, your goals, and the difference you want to make. If you started with something small, that's okay. A small community project can still demonstrate leadership. What matters is that you can explain why you did it, what you contributed, and what you learned. Is this scholarship really fully funded? This is an important question. The scholarship is described as covering full tuition, room, and board. That is why it is commonly referred to as a fully funded undergraduate scholarship. However, remember that some costs are not covered. These can include airfare, health insurance, books, personal expenses, and other miscellaneous costs. So I would describe it as a major full scholarship, rather than assuming that absolutely every expense of living and studying in America will be paid. You should always read the official scholarship terms carefully before making financial plans. Final advice: if you are an international student hoping to study for a bachelor's degree in the United States, the Emerging Global Leader Scholarship is definitely an opportunity worth researching. But don't wait until the application deadline before you start preparing. Start now. Think about your academic achievements. Think about your leadership experiences. Think about the community work you have done. Think about the problems you want to solve. And think carefully about how your chosen degree connects to your future. Remember this simple formula. Good grades get you noticed. Leadership shows what you can do. Community impact shows what you care about. And a clear future goal shows why the scholarship is worth investing in you. So, that's everything you need to know about the American University Emerging Global Leader Scholarship 2027. It is an undergraduate opportunity for international students, and the scholarship can provide full tuition, room, and board for up to 4 years, subject to the renewal requirements. The stated deadline is November 1, 2026. If you're interested in applying, don't wait until November. Start preparing your application now. And remember, always verify the latest requirements and application instructions directly from American University before submitting your application. If this video was helpful, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell because I will be bringing you more fully funded scholarships, international opportunities, and study abroad opportunities for students around the world. And if you know a student who wants to study in the USA, share this video with them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Good luck with your scholarship application.